homesteaders, my name is Melissa with Gillian Homestead, and welcome to my channel, where we focus on homesteading skills, self-sufficiency, and resilience. Today we're really going to hit all three of those things because we're going to talk about seed blocking and planting your seeds. It is the end of February and getting close to the end of February, and I kind of panicked yesterday when I realized that growing season is really just about 14 weeks away or so. And you need a good 10 to 12 weeks to actually get your seeds germinated and strong and hardened off before you can put them in your garden. So today I'm going to play around with a new seed block that I bought, or a soil block that I bought. I have never used it before. So if I'm not doing it right, I'm sure somebody will let me know. But I've actually played around with it, and I've done some trial things in this video, so you'll see the things I did right and the things that I did wrong. But we are planting our seeds today. We hope you enjoy this video, and stay tuned. Okay, this morning we pulled out all of our seeds from our seed library and decided what we needed to get in the dirt today for germination. So I got a professional growing mix from Sungrow. Bought this at Menards. Looks like I'm going to have more than enough of this because I spent $17 on this entire bag, and I did not even get through half of it. So pretty good price for what I have. I'm dumping some of the soil in. Oh, it smells so good too, you guys. If you like soil, I love soil. But dumping some of this seed starter into a pan that I have that I'm going to use for my soil blocking. As you can see, Kona Girl is there assisting me with the dirt today. Okay guys, I have these old soil trays that I've used for really several years, and I used to use these little pods that you would actually dip in water and then they would expand. But this year I'm actually soil blocking my soil in my trays. And they're out of dirt, so I had to go get some more soil and get it nice and damp and ready for some more soil blocking. And I decided that I just had too much on the countertop, so I just had to get rid of it all because dirt was getting ready to get just everywhere, but that's part of the planting process. Okay, you guys get the idea. Blocking soil, we put it in our tray. What that gives us is a block of soil. This are 2 by 2, so 2 inches by 2 inches, with a hole in the center of the soil block for you to actually plant your seed. Okay guys, so did my soil blocks. Most of them turned out good, but I did have one that just kind of fell apart. I'm gonna stick this back in there and reblock this. Probably didn't have enough water. First I had too much water, then I didn't have enough water. So I'll redo that. I might not even really need that tray, but we're gonna start with planting some jalapenos. So I've got a couple of different peppers here. And if you can see, there's like a hole in the middle of each of these blocks. So this should be pretty easy. I have a plan to have multiple different types of peppers, and in order for that to work correctly, I typically plant about twice as much as I need just to make sure that everything germinates. So I'm going to really do one. I want at least one pepper plant in my garden of each of these varieties, and I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 varieties. So my plan is to do 14 of these jalapeno plants or pepper plants. So I know exactly, so I have exactly what I need, and I can always give them away. So this specifically says that you should do about a 1/4 inch in depth if you're planting it outside. So I'm just going to pop one in each of those holes, and you can cover them up if you want, but you can also just water them. I'm going to cover them up just a little bit, and then we're going to label them. So when you do this, the way I have found is 1 to 2 seeds in each of the pods, because then if you need to thin them, you can, just to make sure you get some germination. So I'm going to do 2 there and 2 here. And because I don't want to forget what I have, I actually am going to go ahead and label them. That's an heirloom jalapeno, and I'm going to stick that right in the dirt. Hopefully it will go in there. Okay. Normally when I put stuff in the ground and I use these, I actually date it too, but I'm actually planting pretty much everything this weekend, so I'll just keep track of that in my calendar. But you can date it on the other side too, so you know if it's germinated appropriately. So I'm just going to kind of cover that up. That way I know I'm done. Now I will have to water these again. They're starting to dry out, but that's okay. We'll deal with that later. And then I still have a ton of seeds left in here for next year, so make sure you save these. I have little seed envelopes. I'll just pop these in a seed envelope or a Ziploc, and then I'll have them for next year. So then we're going to do, and my gardener has got a jalapeno pepper as well that I wanted to plant this year. So I will pop a couple of those in, and we'll mark those as MI Gardener, because I want to make sure I know what I planted. And this is the first year I've purchased from MI Gardener, but a lot of people really love their stuff. They've got great videos if you haven't followed them. So I will put jalapeno on one side. The other side, I'm just going to put that it was MI Gardener. Okay, and then we'll just continue to do this and let you guys kind of watch the process. Okay guys, I had an issue with my microphone here, but basically what I'm showing you is we've diagrammed our garden and we knew exactly what trellising we needed and how many plants we needed for this season. And so Steve and I sat down this morning, looked at the map. We've kind of mapped out what we're going to do this year, and unfortunately you can't hear anything I'm saying, but basically that's what I'm talking about. Well guys, when I put my apron on, we had some audio problems. Sorry about that, but we are now going to work on flowers. Now, I have planted flowers in the past in pots, and I've planted some flowers for like pest control out there, but these flowers specifically I'm planting this year, and I'm going to interplant them in my garden so that I can have some fresh flowers. I really just love to have fresh flowers for the summertime, and I've been kind of thinking why I don't do more of that in my garden is kind of crazy. Plus, they're pollinators, and so they're going to bring the pollinators to your garden, and so that's important. So this year, I've got some zinnias. I think that's how you say that. I got the Fruity Smooth Color. I got Purple Prince and a candy cane mix that kind of look like candy canes. And then I have butterfly weed as well. So I'm not sure if I have anything else. I feel like I might have more things over there, but I'm going to go ahead and plant a bunch of these. I'm just going to fill a bunch of trays. I don't even know what I'm going to put in. And I probably will try to do like all of this one type and then just put one of those markers in there just so I know what it is that is coming up. But I'm very excited about this. So let's see how that goes. Let's go ahead. I do have it kind of planned in my garden, like behind some trellises, sticking some flowers, some places where it will be easy for me to cut fresh flowers, but not so easy for me to get into the garden and work. So if I needed to, we'll show you guys later when we're getting ready to do the trellising, but some of the trellising, there's going to be like a 12-foot section between one trellis and the other, which is not going to be very easily accessible. So it'd be fine for something that you're not going to harvest like until fall, like potatoes, onions, carrots, something like that. But I think I'm going to put flowers in that area, and then I can just get in, step on the side of my garden, reach over, cut what I want, bring it in for fresh flowers. And then it will actually bring all those pollinators to our garden. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing that. Okay, so we are going to start with butterfly weed. And I think I'm just going to use all of these blocks right here that are left for butterfly weed. Orange is my favorite color. And that, I'm assuming, is going to bring butterflies as well. So and this actually says that you will, this takes 10 to 21 days to germinate. So this is going to take a little bit longer than some of my vegetables, but that's okay. As long as I know that, that won't be a problem. And honestly, there's not that many seeds here, so I might not be able to fill all these. We'll see. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and mark these two because I'll know that all of those are butterfly weed. Just mark it. Maybe I'll just throw some in there just to mark them so I don't get confused. I'll be able to tell probably when, well, maybe not until they flower or bloom, but well, I ended up really just kind of labeling all of them because I want to make sure I don't get confused on what I have there since I didn't get all of them. Okay. All right, so I am going to save this packet though because I want, if I like this, I don't want to forget what it looks like, and I also want all of the information on the back, so it's important to save these things throughout your growing season so you know what to expect from this plant. So next thing we're going to do is our fruit smoothie colors. So I ended up getting 10 plants out of that. I think that'll be plenty for us. So I probably won't plant any more of those. But we are going to label them so we know what we have. Labeling these things is that now that they're labeled, when I take them out to the garden, these little babies will go right into my garden box real easy, so I don't have to worry about relabeling because I like to label everything out there until everything is good and strong and I know what's going on. out there. All right, so what we're going to do before we put this in our grow station is I'm just going to mist this up a little bit so it's nice and watered. I'll probably check it later today. Now we're going to take this into the grow room. Sorry, you guys, it's a little loud in here. I told you it's my laundry room too, and the dryer's going. So I am actually going to sit this on one of the, oops, I lost one of these. I'm going to set this on a heat mat. I have heat mats here that are been warming up, and I let the heat mats stay on the plants until they germinate. It actually helps to keep them in a dry, moist environment, or a moist environment, that is. And it can dry out your plants, so it's important for you to check them a couple of times a day. But I know I'm going to struggle with this a little bit, but I've got these plastic covers. I am going to, even though I've got those little tags and they're pretty high, I'm going to stick this over the top of it. That way it doesn't dry out the tops of my plants. And that's going to work out perfect. Let's see if you guys can see that. It's going to work out perfect because you can still, I can still cover them up pretty much so they're so big because of the tags that I have in there. And I actually don't have enough germination pads to use for all of my plants. I only have 4, but it's real important that my germination mats are for my sweet potato slips because they absolutely want a tropical environment. So in order for me to get that to work, I'm going to have to do that. So typically what I do is I just kind of rotate my trays in and out of my mats when I'm working on germination. So probably what I'll do is stick 2 of these trays on these mats today, and then in a couple days I'll switch them all out and just move the mats around or move the trays around so that they all get some heat and get a warm environment so that it encourages germination. Okay guys, well that's all I have for you today. I could let you watch me do the rest of my plants, but you get the gist behind this. We hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our other content. And if you haven't started your seed yet, it is February and you have about 10 to 12 weeks before your growing season to get those seeds in the ground or get those seeds in the dirt. Talk to you soon. Bye. Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Please like and subscribe.
Please like and subscribe.